Hello Internet, it's me, Josh, the aging gamer. So, let's talk about ninjas! Back in the 80s, ninjas were everywhere in video games. We had heroes like Capcom's Strider, Cage from The Legend of Cage, Hayate and Kaede from Shadow of the Ninja, hell, all the Ninja Turtles in all of their games. But to me, the cream of the crop of these ninja action games was Ninja Gaiden. Ryu Hayabusa is just so badass, and the Ninja Gaiden games, they're beautifully cinematic and tough as hell. You need real-like ninja skills to even play them. I reviewed the first Ninja Gaiden game a while back, you should check that out, but now it's time to talk about its sequel. While some NES games had unique sequels that tried mixing up the original formula, like Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and Castlevania 2, Belmont's Quest, Ninja Gaiden 2 didn't do that. In fact, it did everything the first one did, but more. Did it succeed? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos! While this game looks almost identical to the first one, there is a few differences. First off, not only can Ryu stick to walls, he can now climb up and down them freely. There's also a power-up that lets Ryu create shadow clones of himself that will follow him around. This makes getting through levels so much easier, as those clones can help attack enemies on screen as well. Strategize and bosses will be a cinch to beat. Other than that though, the gameplay mechanics are mostly the same as the original. However, Tecmo added a lot of cool features to the levels. Just when you thought fighting enemies and going through the dangerous traps in Ninja Gaiden levels were tough enough, most of the levels in the sequel add a bunch of gimmicks that really amp up the difficulty. Like we got the shifting weather effects in Act 2, the lightning storm in Act 3, the waterfalls in Act 4, and even the ice platforms in Act 5. All of it changes up how you play the game and keeps you even further on the edge of your seat. It's little things like this that make a big difference and really sets Ninja Gaiden 2 apart from its predecessor. But now that we talked a bit about the gameplay, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the game. Visually, the game looks great. I mean, the moment you plop into the first level and see the city landscape, it really makes the level feel huge. The train level in Act 2 is also pretty damn impressive. The fire effects in Act 4 really make you feel like you're going through hell, and the little beating hearts in the background in Act 7 are so eerie but really gives the level more personality and suspense. Overall, they did a great job making the levels feel alive. And it wasn't just the levels that were improved, some of the enemies are really cool too. For example, one of my favorite bosses is one called Funky Dynamite. No, really, it's this flying reptile robot that shoots missiles. Jack Wow's final form is also pretty terrifying. Though the scariest enemy in this game is this little guy here. Look at it, just sitting there rubbing its little arms together like some gross fly. Ugh, it's so creepy. Oh shit! Ugh. While this game does have a lot of awesome stuff, it does have a weakness, and that's the story. So the game takes place 1 year after the original game. Big evil Lord Ashtar wants to rule the world by opening the gates of darkness. US Special Intelligence member Robert T. Sturgeon informs Ryu that Irene, Ryu's love interest, has been captured. Robert gives Ryu info on where to locate Irene and how to stop Ashtar. Ryu goes on his adventure, runs into the same people a lot, and then, you know, saves the day. But if you want to check out all these cutscenes, I have a video for that too. While playing the first Ninja Gaiden, it was easy to get captivated by the cutscenes. In this game, however, I felt the opposite effect. The same animations are shown way too much, and honestly, the story just doesn't flow as well as the last game. It didn't feel like I was losing anything by pressing start to skip the scenes. Though if you do, you might miss out on Robert's big Jungle Rat Rob quote. Speaking of Robert, he seems kinda out of place. We got ninjas, chaos swords, and demons. Then we got this blonde macho American with a gun. He's even trying way too hard to be cool by wearing black sunglasses. It's nighttime, you idiot! Though I gotta admit, sunglasses make everything cooler. And one more thing I want to talk about before I wrap this up is the soundtrack. Once again, the OST is awesome and really sets the mood for all that chaotic action. So when it's all said and done, is Ninja Gaiden 2 a great game? Absolutely. Is it better than the first one? Well, that's up to debate. I love the story and the flow of the original, but the sequel has a few advantages to it. Visually, the levels in Ninja Gaiden 2 look a lot better, and gameplay-wise, the levels have more gimmicks thrown at you, which gives you a different kind of challenge. In the first game, the levels would just throw a bunch of enemies at you at once, and that was the challenge. While you still get that quite a bit here, it's not as bad, and actually I find this game a tad easier than the first. That's not to say this game is easy by any means, but it's not as rage-inducing as the first one. This game is still high on the difficulty scale, though if you love the original or challenging platformers in general, then you should definitely check this game out. If not, you might want to skip it. As for myself, I love it. I love getting my ass kicked in these kind of games. But these are just my opinions. What do you guys think? Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.